Cinema 5D at IBC 2017 is brought to you by B&H, the professional source for all your video needs. Tilta, arm your camera. Manfrotto, imagine more. Zuno, conversion lenses from Japan. And Zeiss, turning imagination into a motion picture.
Hi, this is Nino from Cinema 5D. We're here at IBC 2017 with Nick from Chemical Wedding, and he has a director's viewfinder for the iPad called the Artemis Prime, right?
That's exactly right, Artemis Prime.
Can you explain what it is exactly?
Okay, so Artemis was an app I made with my company Chemical Wedding about 7 years ago, and Artemis has been very, very popular in the film industry ever since then. We've got about 50,000 daily active users for Artemis, and a lot of very famous cinematographers like Roger Deakins and Emmanuel Lubetsky use Artemis on a regular basis. It's a software director's viewfinder. But about a couple of years ago, I decided to explore the possibility of making a more sophisticated version of Artemis. So this is Artemis Prime. And what Artemis Prime is it's a software-driven director's viewfinder that allows you to use the taking lens that you'd be using on your job or on your Scout with a digital director's viewfinder software-driven program that allows you to reproduce very, very precisely the format of any digital camera that you'd want to use, along with the actual taking lens that you need for your specific shots. So the first thing to do is you go up here and you select a digital camera. In this case, we'll choose an Arri SXT, and we will look at a format that it shoots in, like, for example, OpenGate 4K Cine 1.78. In this instance, we're using Zeiss CP3s. So we'll find the Zeiss lenses, the Zeiss CP3s, which are in the database, and this is the 15mm. So what this does, the application then configures the use of this lens with this camera format, and it's pixel accurate. So you don't have to rely anymore on having an optical viewfinder where the ground glass has been specially configured so you can look through the optical viewfinder and see the image. You can configure it to anything that you want on the fly. In this instance, if we were shooting this format, and say, for example, we wanted to have a 239 widescreen frame line, we can then go to here, we can create a frame line very quickly. That's your 239 frame line. We can put a 75% shaded area on it, and I can apply that to our image. So now our viewfinder is in 178 mode, but it's got a 2.39 to 1 frame line. Now what we can do is we can build our own look by using these controls. We can create a look specific for the shot, or in this instance what we're going to do is we're going to use a look that we've constructed for our whole project.
Can you actually load LUTs into this?
We will be able to do that eventually. At the moment we're just experimenting with how to get those LUTs in. The thing is, this is a pre-visualization tool, so it doesn't really need something that's very specific and sophisticated as a full LUT. All we're trying to do with this is we're trying to help the director and the visual effects supervisor and the cinematographer agree upon the general approach. So it's like a sketch pad for what you want. Mm-hmm. The specifics of it, they come in the next stage, which is the shooting stage. Yeah. But if we're doing some visual effects, and say, for example, we want to remove the graphics inside this box, I can very easily go in here and I can draw around these things and put a little note, remove text. And I can send this image with either the text in place or the text not there to the visual effects supervisor, who can then very quickly start helping us build actual frames out of pre-visualization that we've done on set, either in when we're shooting or in the scouting and tech process before the film actually starts. Artemis itself has been around for 7 years. We're releasing a new version of Artemis called Artemis Pro. That's going to be around in about November.
That's the app, Artemis.
That's the app, and that's $30. And that will incorporate a lot of the things that you've seen here in terms of storyboard tools and other tools will be in the new version of Artemis, which is Artemis Pro. But this full device here, which is Artemis Prime, which is half hardware and half software, this is available now from chemicalwedding.tv. And it's $6,500, which makes it compared to other viewfinders, actually very inexpensive. This viewfinder will do spherical as well as anamorphic lenses in any squeeze ratio, and will cover any digital format up until the VistaVision size.
So how does this device actually work? Is it electronics or?
No, it's a very it works in the same way that a optical director's viewfinder works, in which the image is captured inside on a focus screen, and then we view the image using the iPad interface. And what we do with the iPad interface is we then we look at only the specific part of the screen, which is exactly the same shape as the sensor, and so it matches the sensor completely. Inside here we have a list of 6,500 cameras and formats, and each one of those formats has a very specific area of the sensor that is applicable to that exact format, and then we reproduce that with software.
And this works with PL lenses?
Works with PL and Panavision mount lenses. Sometime towards the beginning of next year, we will have XPL for Alexa 65 and other formats as well.
Cool. Very interesting product. Yeah, good luck with it, and thank you too.
Yeah.
And thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned to Cinema 5D for more news from IBC 2017. Thanks for watching.